Kagame. Another term has been added to him. What does his presidency, now that he's president-elect, mean for the East Africa and the global geopolitics?
Yeah, first of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate him for having been elected with a landslide victory.
100%.
No, not at all. It is, I think, 99 point something.
0.1.
I can tell you, and I do not blame anybody for laughing out loud. It is even possible that he can get 100, or even having no competitors at all. And I can tell you why. Africa needs to develop a description between democracy and good governance. What actually is necessary for the African countries?
What's the difference?
In Africa, it is very unlikely that you can establish a government over the people through the quality of elections that are usually held, and you call it a democracy. I have often described this as a democradula here on this very show. Now, when you look at Rwanda, having one of the world's fastest growing economies, a country that for the last 30 years had been remembered majorly for genocide against the Tutsis, where genocide of the 1994 took place at a time when the whole world did not have an international criminal law instrument to try perpetrators until the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda was established, that ultimately tried only 93 cases. Now, that small country established an organic, homegrown court system that tried 1.2 million cases with the amount of money completely less than what was actually used by the ICTR. That country that recognizes the factors and combinations that are at play in that country established a constitution. That constitution, particularly when you look at Article 10, Article 10 gives directions, or what we would call directive principles of state policy, with extreme regard to power sharing. That is Article 10. What does it say? Article 62 of the same institution gives effect to power sharing that is enshrined under Article 10. What does it say? There are 3 organs of government all over the world. But the president and the speaker of parliament must never come from the same political party. Now that is one. So clearly, whoever goes to the poll wins an organ. Now that is different from what happens in Uganda. Despite the quality of elections, the winner actually wins all the organs of government, and the losers have no business in opinions of running state. Yes. So in Rwanda, whoever earns more than 50% of members of the House of Deputies, which we can call parliament here, does not earn 50% of the members of cabinet. Now that is power sharing at play. So if you laugh at the 1 percentage point obtained by the opposition, that 1 percentage point will form over 50% of cabinet. So somebody will jubilate for even losing an election in Rwanda, because clearly it interprets into winning leadership of parliament and majority at cabinet. And these are things that apply. And where you reach at such consensus establishment of administration, you find that it is even foolhardy for anybody to begin thinking of defeating a president who actually forms cabinet using the opposition, has got parliament led by the opposition. You cannot have walk to work after election is in Rwanda. And these are things that are not being communicated to anybody. I have studied this system and I find a lot of genius.
So people
So,
should
in my opinion,
are you saying that political contenders in Rwanda should settle for the second best and should not aspire for the number one?
they aspire for the number one, but they win even during the process of losing. And that is what we call a consensus. And that now establishes, because a people's level to govern themselves democratically is proportionate to the degree of their understanding of the structures and the functioning of the whole social body.
I think the most important thing about this is
yes.
what do we get out of that system?
Yes.
Let's look at it as a model.
The give and take.
That
Yeah.
is a model.
Let's look at it as a model. Does the people of that country benefit out of it?
Yes. So the leadership question was sorted by the Constitution. It is no longer something that people look forward to be sorted by an election. It was sorted, and that is good governance. To the extent then that now whoever shows up at cabinet level, you now find guidelines established for you that are the following.
Cabinet
Zero tolerance
has
to corruption.
Performance indicators.
They do.
Yeah.
Zero tolerance to corruption, and this begins with the head. I can safely tell you that I think these are things that we need to emulate. Now, when you talk
Learn from.
Perezida Paul Kagame kuri ubu ngubu akomeje kugarukwaho n'iki ubuyobozi bwe buvuze. Kuri ubu ngubu yongeye kuba perezida. N'iki bivuze ku mugabane wa Afurika, n'iki bivuze mu karere ka Afurika y'Iburasirazuba. Ndagira ngo rero mbere na mbere tubanze dufate uyu mwanya tumushimire ku bw'intsinzi yagize no kuba yarongeye gutorerwa ndetse akagira intsinzi yo ku rwego rwo hejuru. Ndatekereza ko yagize amajwi 99 n'ibice runaka. Nshobora kukubwira nta muntu kuri ubu ngubu ngewe ndenganya. Nta muntu ndenganya kuba yaseka. Kandi biranashoboka. Birashoboka cyane ko yagira 100%. Ndetse anafite abo bahanganye benshi ariko akagira 100% byose ndabisobanura. Afurika mbere na mbere ikeneye gutera imbere, igatera imbere mu bintu byose, ariko nanone igatera imbere mu kumenya gusobanura demokarasi n'ubuyobozi. Nirihe tandukaniro riri hagati y'ubuyobozi na demokarasi? Ndibutsa neza ko muri Afurika niho hantu honyine ushobora gushinga ubuyobozi bw'abaturage. Icyo ngicyo nicyo bita demokarasi. Hano muri Afurika niho honyine ushobora kubisanga. Ubu rero iyo uramutse utereye amaso mu gihugu cy'u Rwanda, nk'igihugu kuri ubu ngubu kirimo gutera imbere ku muvuduko ku rwego rwo hejuru mu bijyanye n'ubukungu, igihugu mu by'ukuri twibuka mu myaka 30 tukakibuka nk'igihugu cyaberagamo jenoside yakorerwaga abatutsi. Aho igihugu cyabagamo jenoside muri uwo mwaka cyari igihugu mu by'ukuri kitari kinafite urukiko rw'ikirenga ngo runagifashe kuba rwaburanya abakoze ibyo byaha. Kugeza ubwo noneho iki gihugu cyo ubwacyo cyagerageje kigashyiraho urwo rukiko. Icyo gihugu gito rero cy'ubwacyo cyayishyiriyeho uburyo bwonyine bwo kuburanya, bwo gucira imanza bari bakoze jenoside. Urwo rukiko rwakoresheje amafaranga make cyane ugereranyije n'urukiko rwa ICTR. Icyo gihugu rero cy'ubwacyo cyavumbuye ko kigomba kubaho mu buryo bwacyo, ku bufatanye n'abaturage bakumva ko bagomba kubaho ku giti cyabo. Urwo rukiko n'itegeko rya 10 ryatangaga uburenganzira ku mashyaka yose. Iyo rero article cyangwa se iyo ngingo ya 10 niyo ijyanye no kugabana ubuyobozi muri kiriya gihugu cy'u Rwanda. Iyo ngingo ya 10 yonyine niyo ituma amashyaka agabana ubutegetsi. Niho honyine tubizi muri iyi si. Perezida niyo yatorwa 100%, ndetse n'uhagarariye inteko nshinga amategeko ntabwo bajye baturuka mu ishyaka rimwe. Ntibibaho muri kiriya gihugu. Ndabisobanura. Uwo ari we wese agomba kubimenya. Mu gihugu cy'u Rwanda niho honyine biba, aho uwatsinze amatora ishyaka yavuyemo atajya hura n'uyoboye inteko nshinga amategeko. Hano mu gihugu cya Uganda ntibibaho. Akenshi usanga uwatsinze amatora nka perezida yiharira byose. Mu gihugu cy'u Rwanda niyo mwaba mufite 50%, ntabwo biguha uburenganzira bw'uko muzaba muri cabinet cyangwa se mu bagize guverinoma ndetse no mu nteko nshinga amategeko. Mushobora mwebwe kuba mwarasetse abakandida bari bahanganye na Kagame kuba baragize ijwi rimwe, nyamara iryo jwi rimwe bagize ribaha uburenganzira bwo kugira ijambo rikomeye cyane mu gihugu ndetse no mu nteko nshinga amategeko. Ikindi kandi iryo jwi rimwe ribaha uburenganzira bwo kugira ijambo muri guverinoma. Ibyo ni mu Rwanda honyine tubizi. Ibyo rero nibyo tuvuga ko mu gihugu cy'u Rwanda ariho honyine kuri ubu ngubu hari ubutegetsi buhamye. Mu gihugu cya Uganda hano turabizi neza ko uwatsinze amatora niwe wenyine uba ufite ijambo haba muri guverinoma ndetse no mu nteko nshinga amategeko. Ariko njye nahereye kera mbireba mbikurikirana mu gihugu cy'u Rwanda niho hantu honyine bafite uburyo buhamye kandi bugaragarira bose bwo kugabana ubutegetsi. Ni ukuvuga ko rero mu by'ukuri twebwe hano mu gihugu cya Uganda ndetse no muri Afurika dukwiriye mu by'ukuri kuba twigira byinshi ku gihugu cy'u Rwanda, kubera ko nubwo benshi batsindwa mu matora ugasanga bagize iryo jwi rimwe murimo guseka, uzareba neza uzasanga muri guverinoma ndetse no mu nteko nshinga amategeko abo birangira bagize ijambo hafi 50% cyo kimwe n'abagize 50% mu matora. Ibyo rero nibyo twita ubutegetsi busangiwe.
I think the most important